Apparently, this is the news that has made the rounds here. Big news that apparently Shedeur Sanders is not going to be working out at the scouting combine in Indianapolis this week. All right, so he is not going to be working out. So I'm assuming is this just he'll get the medicals and all that, but he's not going to do any of this throwing. And the expectation is what he does it at his pro day in Boulder. That's the plan there for Shedeur Sanders. So this is not. I mean, the fact
not new, not a big deal. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Honestly, the only reason why the NFL or the NFL Network will make it a big deal is, and this has like changed dramatically in the past probably 10 years or so, is most agents know this, most coaches. I mean, there's not even head coaches that go to this in some cases. I mean, think about that. There are some teams who don't send everyone to the combine anymore. So if that's the case, why should you feel like it's necessary for you to go throw or do some of those things in an environment that's not really conducive to you showcasing the best of your ability? So if that's the case, go throw your pro day. Throw all the private workouts for each individual team. And we've had players in the past talk about that. Like, yeah, I'm not going to do this, but I'll throw for whoever, wants me to throw, wants me to work out for them. Because that's actually a serious team that's going to draft them, right? And all you're doing by going to the combine now and throwing for them, and there's some, talent evaluators and coaches who will try to take issue with this, but they're full of crap, is you're basically doing it for TV. You're doing it for the NFL because there's two things that everyone wants to see. It's the 40-yard dash and it's the quarterback's throwing. Those are the two things. So all you're doing is supplying them content. That's the truth of it all. And, I'm sure Shedeur will have a very open pro day to the media and everyone else out there that wants to watch him and the rest of his receivers who are getting drafted work out. So it's not a big deal. We get to this time of the year, people try to make it a big deal. It's unfortunate that that's the case because you'll get some guys who are like, yo, I want them to go out there and compete. What are you competing at, dude? They throw like 2 or 3 passes and you're rotating out, sitting there for 5 minutes, throwing to dudes sometimes you've never even thrown to before. What's the competition? Where's the scoreboard? No, I want them to go out there and compete. Okay.
Rebuild.
She got a chime when he says that.
I'm going to go out there and compete.
Dang.
I'm going to go out there and compete.
Dang.
That's a big hog's leg in there.
Yeah. Dang.
But that's the truth. And again, people will take issue with that. But this is a business now for a lot of these guys. And there's some who view it and say, yeah, I'll go throw because I need to do everything I possibly can to improve my draft stock. Shedeur Sanders is viewed as one of those, guys who will probably go in the first round, him and Cam Ward.
Oh, okay.
Gee, what the
hell? No idea what that was.
What the hell was
that? Was a dip. That was a dip. Oh.
You know what I love about Lee, by the way, in our rundowns, is Lee will go back and put things in segments after we've already done them. like I don't know why.
That was like the one time I've ever done it.
Well, why, Lee? We're past that segment. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, watch.
Oh no!
I love the soft keypad that Brady has.
People used to get shamed for not working out at the combine. They would shame you.
Shame.
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 And they would make you feel it, like when you were walking and everybody else was about to work out.
Shame.
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 Shame. Everybody about getting warmed up and about to go, and you're standing there. Shame.
That's the only reason I did the bench press. I mean, I tore my PCL, and that was the other thing. It's like the timeline was tighter from your bowl game to when you actually had to test at the combine. I mean, now everything's been kind of moved back, a bit with the way the season works for some of these guys. I mean, some of these guys are playing through mid-January. So it's a little more difficult, too. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons why you wouldn't do it nowadays, aside from what I just said with Shedeur. Like, if you're running a 40-yard dash, and you know this, LaVar, you become a track athlete. Like, you basically train like a track athlete to get out the blocks, basically your start.
Correct.
And learn how to run a 40-yard dash because it's the one time in your life you're going to be asked to do so. And it's going to be the most important 40-yard dash you ever run. Your first and last, most likely.
Yeah.
Fair?
Very fair.
And if you're playing through mid-January and we've got the combine starting up with the 28th, you basically have a month to recover and do that. It's a really hard time to be able to get your body recovered and where you need it to be to test to your optimal levels, like for your vertical, your broad jump, your 5-10-5, the techniques that go along with it. People don't understand there are techniques in how you run the L drill and how you do the 5-10-5 that you are taught and you work on. And it comes down to a certain amount of steps, the way you plant, the way you do it. But even for the drills, like even for a lot of the drills, if you're a DB or a safety, for example, and you're backpedaling, they want to see you how you switch your hips and turn and run the other way. There's techniques to that you might say, well, aren't all these guys already aware of that? Well, not to the degree or the specific way in which you do it as an NFL athlete that you're going to be taught how to do it during these drills. So there's a lot of learning that goes on amongst the fact that you're trying to get your body to be recovered and then back up to as explosive and as powerful as you can make it in that amount of time. So there's other reasons why you wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I've always felt like combine and pro days is just an opportunity for coaches to continue to stay away from home. If you're asking me the truth. I mean, because in reality, if you're really thinking about what a pro day should represent, it's like a workshop or like a what is it like when you bring people to places to find jobs, like
strip club?
Not. I mean that too, but like work a
career fair.
A career fair. All right, you're identifying young talent that you're not aware of. What do you need to, like, if a kid is going to grade out, they've already graded out as a top round pick, like a first rounder. I don't see the purpose in you bringing them there and having them do anything at all other than interview with you, show you what they understand in terms of the X's and O's. To me, if you were really going for real impact of a job interview in these scenarios, ask them about what they're doing in the communities, that they're serving, if anything. Learn about them as people and how they can contribute to your community from that perspective. Because I think when you're talking about combines and pro days, I think it's really more so about getting to know these guys that you've already seen because you've already put your film. It's already there. If you put it there, it's there. So it's not like you've heard like the Mike Mamulas of the world, and somebody goes into the combine and they trick you through the combine that they should be a higher prospect than what they are, what they were coming out of, playing on the field. That doesn't happen very often anymore. At all, really. You're not sneaking up on somebody as a prospect that's played at Alabama or has played at Georgia or Notre Dame. You're not sneaking up on anybody as a prospect. So to me, it's just really the opportunity for these guys to continue to be on the road, go get meals that are on the organizations, go get drunk on the dime of the organization, and not have to be at home.
I mean, that's,
I honestly, because you don't have to.
Reckless statement.
You don't really, know these people. You get invited. You got to be the most elite players in the league. Even if you're obscure, you're still pretty elite to get invited to the combine. So why are you inviting the elites? You know exactly who they are. You should be inviting next tier guys that I really don't know that much about and watch them run. Oh, you didn't play much, but you're a senior and you're coming out. We heard you're good, but this guy in front of you that we did invite to the combine that we watched run for 2,000 yards in the season, we want to watch him work out. Does that make sense? It doesn't really make – if you really step back and think about it, you're looking at guys who have already proven to you they can play at the next level. That's the bottom line. So go and look at guys that you don't get to see. Go look at guys that this guy is 6'8", Why is he not playing? Let's see what he has. Let's see if he can run. Because there's a guy that's out there that's not running a fast 40, but I guarantee you he'll run every dude down out there that runs a 4.3, 4.40. He'll run every last one of them down. Right. Every last one of them.
Right.